Hey, welcome back to Creating Mike, and if you're new here, welcome. If you didn't watch last week's video, you might want to go watch it because this is the second part of that video series where I build a post-apocalyptic Gaslands terrain piece that is an abandoned construction site. So we're going to finish it off this video. Basically, I got to do some ground texture, and then I'm going to coat the whole thing in some Mod Podge, prime it all, paint it all, and then in the end I'll show you what it all looks like. So stick around and enjoy the video. So one thing I haven't decided yet is whether I want to prime the whole thing or try to leave parts of it painted. Like, the cars already are painted, and I was thinking it'd be a lot easier if I didn't have to repaint them entirely, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna be able to like block off parts of it and not prime the whole thing in a timely fashion. So I guess you guys will probably find that out as I do while I'm building this, whether I do that or not. Well, doesn't that just look wonderful? Well, hopefully once I get this dumped off, and then I'm gonna coat it with some glue mixed with water. Hopefully that makes a nice solid base, gives some really nice texture, and then I'm going to paint it. Well, I'll prime it first and then I'll paint it, so let's see how that turns out. I'm really enjoying building these pieces where I kind of get to scrap together everything that I have laying around. Use your imagination, figure out what it's going to look like in the end, like using pieces of cardboard for these beams and using the foam core just for a floor, like, you know, this is thick enough to be a concrete floor. Using pieces of wire for rebar, using hot glue just to make a pile of rubble. I enjoy just figuring out how to do different things, and there's so many really cool videos where guys have just taken like absolute junk and just botched it all together and made like some really cool pieces of terrain. Not only post-apocalyptic stuff like this, but also some, you know, really cool realistic looking terrain. So I'd like to encourage you guys, if you have a bunch of stuff laying around, just try to have an imagination of what you think you could build with it, and then just put it together. Once it's painted, you can make everyday household items look like really cool pieces of work. Okay, I'm just about done the build here. All I've got to do now is some dry brushing, and I'm going to bring a bit of color back into it. All the washing kind of really dulled down all the colors, so I'm going to try to bring a little bit color back into it, lighten things up a little bit so it looks a little bit more appealing on the table, and then we're going to be done. And I'll show you the beauty shots at the very end. So if you've stuck around this far, thank you very much, and continue watching to see what it looks like at the very end.